Good morning again, good people. Man, I just really wanted to kind of clear up some things. Probably have to do a few videos on this, but being a cancer survivor from throat cancer, I get asked a lot of questions uh, when people know that I've dealt with this, and one of them was, they all think, I do this, right? I've been dipping since I was probably 12 or maybe younger. I don't know, hanging out at the stockyards, and it's been a long time. But but they asked me about that, and so the first thing I said no, that did not cause this, because that was the first question I asked when I was diagnosed with this back in September last year, or August or September. I think it was more. It was right there at the end of August, 1st of September. I'll have to go back and get dates in all my records, but I'm not a good date keeper. Trust me, ask my wife; she'll tell you I'm not good with dates. Uh, but yeah, that's the first question I asked: was this caused by my dipping? And and they told me absolutely not. That didn't have anything to do with it. Now, I'm not saying that dipping can't cause other issues, because it can. Oral cancer, all kinds of stuff it can cause. So, three main reasons that people get the type of cancer that I had, which was P16 positive squamous cell carcinoma. Uh, Number one, smoking. I don't know what it is about smoking, but something about smoking is number one for throat cancer, and I would dare say lung cancer as well. But I don't know much about lung cancer because I didn't have lung cancer, right? So I don't smoke. I haven't ever smoked. I tried it once. I didn't like it at all, and so just never been a smoker. Number two, alcohol consumption. Now back in the day, I consumed a lot of alcohol. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's one thing about old Scotty is I ain't a liar. I will not lie to you, even if it hurts, even if the truth hurts sometimes. Scotty is, if your baby's ugly, your baby's ugly. I'm gonna say, hey man, listen, your baby's ugly, but let's try to put this bow in its hair or something to make it pretty. Okay, I won't lie to you. So I used to drink a lot, and it was mainly after Alexis passed away, and I thought that I could drink away that hurt and that pain. And really, honestly, it didn't do anything but add to it. But I was so dumb and naive back in those days. I thought I could just keep on going. So honest to God, it's lucky that I'm not in prison or dead, really, because I drank a lot and rode motorcycles drunk, drove drunk. I did all the bad. I did all the things that I hope and pray nobody ever wants to do again. Because it's only by the grace of God that I'm not dead or in prison. I was an idiot. I'll be the first one to tell you. I was a dumb young guy. I was young in my 20s, just dumb. Uh, and so the third reason that people get this, the third main reason people get this type of throat cancer is the HPV virus. And so for me, I had the HPV virus. And so I told the doctor, I said, well, I didn't know I had HPV virus. I mean, I remember 12, 13 years ago, I started seeing these commercials on TV about getting the HPV vaccine. I didn't even know what it was, human papillomas. So I used to make fun of it because it sounds weird. And, but no. And he said, well, that's okay, because 90+% of the people that have the HPV virus don't know they have it. And he said, and the reason is because once you get it, he said, it's either going to go away on its own. He goes, after a couple of years, if you have it, it'll go away on its own, or it's going to lay in your body dormant until something triggers it. And when something triggers it, it starts causing health problems. And so one of those health problems is this cancer. And so yeah, so I had the HPV virus, uh, and that's what caused my throat cancer, right? So I had stage 2, uh, P16 positive squamous cell carcinoma. It was in my left tonsils and my lymph nodes, and so that's how it went, man. And kind of the rest is it's been a journey after from then. And so I get asked those questions. What is it because you're dipping? Is it because you're dipping? No, it wasn't because of my dipping. I still dip. I dipped through my whole treatment. I still dip. I probably shouldn't. It's hard to quit something I've been doing. I've been dipping since I was like 12 or younger, and it's hard to put down. And I don't really get nothing out of it. It's just a habit now. It's just a habit. Uh, so yeah, so dipping did not cause my cancer. The HPV virus did. And, Doc said, well, you could have had this for 30 years. There's no telling how long you've had it. And it's just laid in your body and just waiting for something to trigger it. And so, well, it got triggered. It did get triggered. How much time? I can't see very well with these glasses. Well, I can see. It's just the close. These are prescription, by the way. And so, up close with them on, I can't see hardly nothing. But here, without them, I can see great up close, but I can't see over there without them. But I can see there with them. I can see over there. It's so weird. I take my glasses off 150 times a day, at least. But that's just part of me getting old. I'm 52, and I was a welder for most of my career, so probably a lot of damage to my eyes, But listen, I'm blessed. Listen, I'm not going to complain. I'm blessed. And another thing I'll tell you, man, is the good Lord, He brought me through that cancer. He brought me right through it. And He told me He would, because He asked me one day. I was in the truck, and I had went to get this magic mouthwash, right? Because they anticipate your radiation and all this stuff here. You're going to get sores, and there's going to be pain. And I mean, they're literally taking this laser beam and burning out the tissue inside of your mouth and your throat. That's exactly what it does. And so I had this prescription for magic mouthwash. You have to get it from a compounding pharmacy. It's basically lidocaine and Benadryl mixed together, and it's supposed to numb all that. And it works relatively well. However, it doesn't get everywhere that you need it. And so, but I had went and picked up that bottle, and I was by myself, and that's when I do my best talking and praying, is when I'm in the truck by myself. And God came to me. I heard Him speak to me, and He said, how many times have you asked me to pray, or have you prayed to me and asked me to use you for my glory? And I thought, man, just about every time, let me be a vessel, right? And He says, now's your chance. And I thought, well, cancer was not what I was talking about. And He says that's the difference between your will for your life and my will for your life. He said, now's your chance. You glorify me every step of the way. And I said, okay. Message received, man. So like all the videos that I did through that, I glorified God the whole way. No matter what I was going through, no matter how bad I felt, no matter how good I felt, it didn't matter. God received the glory as He does for everything in my life. But I made it public with those videos, and I glorified Him the whole step, every step, the whole way. And when I went and got my PET scans in March, the first ones after treatment and all that, I did my follow-ups. I was actually going to Nashville, so I went on a Monday. I did my PET scan, and I called Natalie at Dr. Repine's office. I said, hey, I'm leaving for Nashville in the morning. I've done my PET scan today. I don't want to wait till Friday to find out, what's going on here. And she said, hey, soon as your report comes up, I'll talk to the doctor and I'll give you a call. And I'm like, cool. And by the way, Natalie, one of the most awesome people in the world. Uh, she was a godsend as a patient advocate for me, man. So I texted her like Monday afternoon. I was like, hey, you heard anything yet? And about 15 minutes went by. She called me. She said, hey, I just want to tell you the good news. Your scans came back clear. You're good to go, man. Oh, yeah, that's so awesome. So happy for you. And she said, I said, man, that's awesome. I said, appreciate you letting me know. And I said, I'll see you Friday, right? So I have all my follow-up appointments on Friday. And so I go in, we did the follow-up. Everything looked great. I do have to go back in 3 months and do another kind of follow-up, and then I had to leave there. I had to go to the Proton Center where I did my radiation treatments for the follow-up there. And so I get there, and my radiological oncologist, she's like, well, how you feeling? And I was like, well, I'm feeling pretty good, She goes, well, you look good. I mean, other than these side effects that I'm having, I was feeling fairly decent. I was still at that time dealing with fatigue. Man, that fatigue is extreme. I mean, it's like all your energy will just get up and leave your body. And wherever you're at, you're just like, phew. And so the fatigue was bad. The mucus was horrible. But man, I was alive and well, And she said, well, your PET scan is like completely clean. Like, we follow guidelines from this whatever cancer stuff. And she said, you don't even have to come back for a PET scan, because there's absolutely nothing on your PET scan that we got to watch, because nothing showed up. It's gone completely. And the first words out of my mouth was, praise Jesus, right? And so, man, it's been a journey. It has been a journey. And, I took some stuff along the way that aided in that cancer leaving me. And I praise God for discernment and giving me the ability to do my own research and to take things that help with cancer annihilation. If you want to know what that is, hit me up. I'll let you know. Shoot me a message, shoot me a text. I don't care to tell you. Right? Big Pharma's not going to tell you, because you're encroaching on their $600 to $700 billion a year industry. It's cancer treatment, cancer research, cancer medications. It's a huge, huge moneymaker. And so they're not going to tell you anything that's natural that you can take, or anything that's out there on the market already that you can take that's relatively cheap, that's going to help you. And so they're not going to encroach on their money-making industry. I mean, they're willing to let you die. I promise you that, to keep that money coming in. So, but anyway, it's been a really good. It's been a journey. I've learned a lot. I've gained a lot through this. And that's a whole nother video. I always said, something positive or good comes from bad situations and bad things. And I really believe that. I really believe on the other end of it, as much as it might suck while you're going through it, something on the other end there is going to be waiting for you. You're going to at least learn something, achieve something. You're going to take something away from it that's going to help you in life. I have had a lot of bad situations in my life, bad circumstances. And I feel like those bad situations, those bad circumstances has helped me to become the man that I am today. I know it has. Not that I'm any better than anybody else, but I used to be a rotten, no good scoundrel. Yeah, way back in the day, man, I was no good. But anyway, I'm going to cap this off here. I'm just now learning how to get stuff off my phone onto my laptop, so I can put it on YouTube and all that other stuff. So I'm learning. I'm in process. I'm in training. But man, I hope you guys have a great day. It's beautiful here in East Tennessee. Nice warm morning, cool breeze blowing. It's gonna be a good day. Love y'all.